Jayson, you guys haven't been in a tight game since the first week of April. How do you feel about the late game execution? How are you able to close them out?
Defensive end. It's where we hung our hat tonight on the defensive end. We made timely shots, and even the ones that we didn't necessarily make. Some of those kick-out threes, just good execution. Sometimes you don't make shots, but how connected we were on the defensive end when we had to get stops, we did.
Listen, from Game 3, there was video of Jaylen talking to you on the court, motivating you, calling you Big Deuce. Don't let him get you down, Big Deuce. What was that like, that interaction, you guys' interaction during games like? Does that motivate you when Jaylen comes up to you and kind of pumps you up like that?
Yeah, and I think that's just, you guys got a screenshot of what it's like being on a team. It's like having 15 brothers. We spend so much time with each other from preseason or, this off season till now, 9 months later, 90 some odd games that, we there for each other. And even the most mentally tough, strong person can use some encouragement sometime, from your teammates, and just letting you know that he got my back, and vice versa, and the rest of the guys. We have talks like that all the time. You guys got to see it because he had a mic on, but just shows the togetherness of this team.
When you hit him after he made that three, was that kind of a way? He said he's going to get you back, by the way. When you kind of punched him after that three, is that encouragement on your side?
Yeah, I didn't realize how hard I hit him. I've been lifting a lot lately. But I was high intensity game. I drove, they helped, he hit a big shot. I was hyped.